yeah, it's that time of year again. I love this time of year. It's so exciting. It's time for me to give you guys my top 10 favorite movies of 2014. And remember, this is my very subjective and biased list of my top 10 favorite movies of 2014. Some of the movies on this list do not have the strongest performances. Some of the movies on this list are not shot perfectly. But these are the top 10 movies in 2014 that made me go, you know what? Hell yeah, that movie. And keep in mind, these aren't reviews of the movies. I already did my reviews. I'll put annotations over here for each movie that makes my list, so you can go to click on it and see the review. Will you agree with all of this list? No. Will you agree with some of it? I like to think so. Are you gonna have some fun here? Let's hope so. All right, disclaimers have been disclaimed, so let's start having some fun here. Number 10. Starting off our list is Guardians of the Galaxy. This was the movie that made me go, you know what, I think I'm officially gonna watch anything that Marvel Studios does because they're on a roll. They took a bunch of misfits that no one had heard about from a comic book no one had read and made it a pretty kick-ass sci-fi movie that reminded me of, like I said in my review, Star Trek meets Star Wars. Went splat. As a fan of both of those franchises, how could I say no? Number 9. Next, we have John Wick. John Wick was the kick-ass hitman movie I've wanted to see for years. So happens to got Keanu Reeves in the lead role, and we all love seeing that dude because he's just a fun guy. Not only was John Wick a kick-ass character in a kick-ass movie, but I loved the world they built in this movie. I'm a big comic book fan. I looked at it and I'm like, this is a comic book world. Keanu Reeves is kicking ass at 50. That should be on the list just for that. So happens, the movie I feel deserves it because it was awesome. Number 8. Coming in at number 8, we have Gungirl. Gungirl was the type of investigative whodunit type movie that I like watching because it takes you along with it. You're not smarter than the cops and the people in it. You just have the evidence to go on that they have. It's really hard to talk about this movie and not spoil anything in the movie. The fact is, go see it. The movie is a little long for sure, but it's intriguing as shit. And there's one thing you want in a movie like this. It's intrigue. It's just what you need. And it's what this movie has. Number 7. Coming in at number 7, that's right, Keanu Reeves is not the only yesteryear action star who's still getting work and kicking ass. Tom Cruise is too in The Edge of Tomorrow, or Live, Die, Repeat, whatever it's called now. This movie is why I look forward to summer movies, because once in a while you can get that movie that's a kick-ass movie that gives you something new and makes you go, you know what? Yeah, originality in an action movie. In an action movie based on the same day repeating over and over and over again, which doesn't sound original, but I'm telling you, it is. Because admit it, when you watched Groundhog Day, you were like, I hope they do an action movie like that. I really hope they do one day. And they did! Number 6. Number 6 surprised me. It surprised me because when I first saw the movie, I was like, this is gonna be in my top 3, easy. Turns out it's in number 6, which ain't nothing. It's still in my top 10 list at number 6. But the movie, that would be How to Train Your Dragon 2. I loved this movie. This was the animation that let me go, you know what? They still make animations like that. Until I saw this movie, until I saw How to Train Your Dragon 2, I was like, where are the animations like The Lion King? Where are the animations that can resonate with kids and adults? Where are the ones that speak to adulthood and show coming of age, but yet like entertain kids, but still hit adults to the core? I swear to God, I was like, they don't do that anymore. Then I saw How to Train Your Dragon 2 and I was like, nope, you're still alive. I love How to Train Your Dragon 2. Number 5. Coming in at number 5 is our first official creeper on the list. That would be Nightcrawler. This was the movie I was like, Gyllenhaal, you're a great actor, and this is your transformation role. You're not even on screen. This weird creep is. He wanted to be the best at his job, and he would do anything to do that. It's cool seeing his evolution in the movie. You're seeing a predator evolve in the movie Nightcrawler. That's what this is. It's a really good look at it, and it's a really great movie. Not gonna lie to you guys, every year I do a top 10 list, the top 3 movies I shuffle around so many times, I'm like, I don't know which one, 1, 2, 3, no 3, 2, 1, no 2, 1, 3. This year it was the top 4, making the top 4 so difficult. I shuffled them around every which way. If I can give them all a 4-way tie, I would, but I can't. I gotta put them in the order, and this is the order. Number 4. Number 4 is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This movie was great. You see the first act of this movie, you think you know where it's gonna go, you don't know anything. Caesar's great, Andy Serkis kills it in this movie. It's an action movie, but it's a movie with heart. It's a movie about civilization. It's a political movie. This is next level shit in the Apes franchise. It makes me look forward to the 3rd one. I wanna have my Planet of the Apes trilogy. If they can keep the movies going this good, I'll take 7, 8, 9 movies. Number 3. Number 3 is among my top tier Marvel movies at this point, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This showed me that Marvel movies, they can be comic book movies that are actually really intriguing spy movies and espionage movies. This movie did everything right. They made Captain America badass. You have antitrust with S.H.I.E.L.D. They made Black Widow a really good character. And it was a kick-ass movie to boot. It was that movie where I was like, I haven't felt this good about a Marvel movie since I walked out of Iron Man 1 the first time. I just imagine at this point, Civil War is just gonna... Number 2. We're at the top 2, guys. This is it. This is 0 Hour. Coming in at number 2 is X-Men Days of Future Past. It's like this. I loved the X-Men movies, and the X-Men movies had some trips along the way. This was what the X-Men movies needed to bring it back on course. The director of the original first 2 X-Men movies putting it back, giving us the best of both worlds. You have the old cast, you have the new cast from X-Men First Class. This is one of those movies I bought it when it came out on Blu-ray, watched it again, liked it more the second time, and I loved it the first time. These are some tough shoes to fill for Apocalypse, but if they can do it, oh my god. Number 1. Here it is, guys. Number 1, my favorite movie of 2014. Drum roll. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I usually don't do drum rolls. Why am I doing a drum roll now? Because it's Whiplash. No other movie in 2014 hit me to the core like this movie did. This movie stabbed a spike in my heart and was like, boom. Yeah, you're gonna think about this every day until you do your top 10 list, because I've thought about this movie every day until I'm doing this list. I'll still think about it after this list is done. Oh my god, what not to like about this movie? This is an intense movie. It's an ambitious movie. J.K. Simmons is great. Miles Teller, I see him now in a completely new light. Can you tell I like movies about people just trying their best to be the best possible at their craft, and apparently a dick who throws chairs at them if they're not, or they are, but he wants them to be better? I can't say anything new about Whiplash that I haven't already said in my review. I mean, I speak this movie's praises to everybody I talk about this movie to. Apparently it takes J.K. Simmons throwing chairs at students and being a complete dick to take out the group of mutants from the past and the future. Alright guys, and that concludes my list of my top 10 favorite movies of 2014. Now, if you don't agree with my list, perfectly fine. Now, what you can do, one of 2 things here. You can either be like, where's this movie? Where's that movie? Or you can tell me in the comment section what your top 10 favorite movies of 2014 are, and you can join in this fun. I'm really curious to hear it though. So guys, what are your top 10 favorite movies of 2014? Whatever they are, comment below, let me know. Thank you guys for a kick-ass year. All things considered, 2014 had some shitty movies for sure, but it had some really good ones. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.